Yeah. And they get all, guy, mister. I go, well, I mean, I love talking here, so.
That's funny.
Don't ask if you don't want the answer.
We're gonna deal with you guys.
I say that, well, I'm not paid enough to, not do this anymore. But I love doing this, guys, don't get me wrong.
It's fun. It's good stuff. You don't have to put the earphones on, but I would just put them there just so the machine can not. Album would be on there, though,
Okay.
just so I can make sure you guys are sounding okay. And Pedro, why are you drinking soda?
I need to wake up.
Yeah, caffeine, I know.
Okay.
I'm jealous. I got water like a good
Okay.
boy.
Yeah, I was gonna make coffees, but like,
That's alright. Turn off my phone.
yeah,
Phone
yeah.
silent mode on.
Okay.
Is that right? Yeah, silent mode on.
You're gonna talk from there?
Yep.
Okay.
You hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello, this is Javier Hernandez, the director of the Muerto movie.
You can put it a little bit higher.
Oh yeah, sure. Let me get my actual voice though. Thanks for doing this, guys, early. Helps me out more. But yeah, I'm like, fuck, I'm still waking up. Yes, so here we are going to record a cool commentary with a bunch of questions on Bad Bunny for the next 3 hours. I'll try to answer as many as I can, Enrique.
No problem.
Is this live?
Not yet, not yet.
alright.
Not yet.
And Kickstarter sucks, by the way.
Yeah.
That was
Put,
like,
put that line.
There you go. There you go.
No, because then I be getting rid of it. Disapprove.
Yeah.
okay, and we get the okay.
Shit, man, I got that frog in my throat.
Alright, let me know when you guys are ready.
All right, so yeah, you guys are waking up? Woke up? You're good?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're gonna go ahead and start with an audio commentary. Where we're with us today is Mr. Peter Melini.
Hey, how's it going?
Peter Melini. I'm your host Cruz, and our very special guest today, the writer and director and the all creator of everything, Mr. Javier Hernandez. He directed it. He fucking made the movie. He edited it. He made the print, and that came with it.
No, that's the comic I did it.
Oh,
Yeah. The comic, I am the supreme master. But yeah, the film adaptation, and yeah, we'll be talking about that today. Thanks, guys, for hosting me.
We're gonna put it in with captions.
Okay, I don't know how to
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright.
And we're going to be playing it mute so people can follow along.
Yes.
We're going to give them the cue to start it up. And once you people at home start it up, you can follow along with us.
So just,
I'll need it.
oh, are you recording this?
Yeah, it's recording.
Oh,
Go ahead, chop it.
check this out.
I'll get everything.
Let people know that we can either put, if they don't have the DVD at home, they can follow on, but it's on YouTube. We'll put the link in with this description.
Not just that on YouTube, it's on YouTube and it's in Spanish. And it's about the same time.
Oh man, this guy's well researched.
I don't think that happens.
Oh, no way.
No.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I can't read the bottom stuff. It's all blurry.
Commentary, main menu. Go to main menu again. So you can get this. This is audio setup. We're in the audio section. And then.
No, he's in the audio section.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't realize it didn't have
Yeah.
captions.
Yeah.
Or can you just play and then just put the captions on?
Oh. Maybe.
Oh, you mean the DVD player has its own caption thing?
Yeah. Some of them, I mean, it's a Philips, so they might do that, but
There's no button.
no.
No.
No, so no CC, you don't say CC.
No. Mm-mm.
Alright, so, conundrum.
Oh, any subtitles?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you do anything?
No.
No track.
No.
Alright, so, I mean, you can just watch.
Yeah.
We pretty much know the movie back and forth. Do you know the movie where?
Yeah. I mean, we're not gonna repeat like the dialogue or
No.
anything. I'm those any questions you guys have, and I'll share any. I'm gonna share a lot of anecdotes behind the scenes.
Okay. Oh, okay, that's perfect.
I mean, I don't want to do like well, here's what's going on in the film.
Yeah.
That means we didn't do our job, right?
Yeah, right.
So at this point, the Peninsula Films part is showing up. So if people want to start it up, they can start it up now. The intro starts, and we get the text.
Yes. So one thing I don't know if it comes up here. They asked me to name the production company, right? Because when the producers make a film, they always usually make a production company just for that production.
Yeah, the shell.
Wow, thank you. So Larry Laratna, the producer, emailed me once, or may call, I don't remember, he called me, whatever. He's like, hey, traditionally, when we adapt a thing like this, we usually ask the writer to give us a name. So would you like to give us a production, anything you want? I go, wow, okay. And I went home and thought about it, and I came up with Bronze Age Productions. For the comic fans out there, yeah, Bronze Age is the 70s era of comics that I grew up on.
Yeah.
Maybe it does show up on the credits here. So anyway, it didn't mean anything to anybody else, and he didn't really care what it was called. So for me,
you gave it thought, you slept on it,
Yeah.
rolling it over.
For 40 years.
Oh
Someday I'll
my
have a
God.
Bronze Age Productions.
In that case, if Bronze Age Productions, what other names were you thinking of at the time?
You know what? I can't remember, to be honest.
Okay.
But that was, no, I want to get that out there, especially in a film in a wider release to the world. Again, no one's gonna know what it meant.
Yeah.
This illustration, I did it for the film specifically.
Okay.
And in fact, here we are at the opening of the film. Once the director had edited the film and got it edited and looked at it, he told me, he's all, Brian Cox, the director.
Right.
Javier, can we have some artwork done for the titles? Because I want to intercut some visual scenes through some of the opening here.
Right. And that's why they correlate, some of those things.
Yeah, because there was one or two things he couldn't actually film.
Yeah.
So he wanted me to do that. So I go, oh, of course. So what I did immediately is I got on the horn with my lawyer. Hey, Jean-Marc, they'd like some illustrations for this. So can we do a contract for that so I can get paid? Yeah, of course.
Great lines, by the way. Oh, by the way, that guy with the hat? That guy's from Sons of Anarchy.
Bill? Oh, that guy right there.
Yeah.
In the flat shirt.
He's in the Mayans.
Nice.
He's the main Mayan guy.
And of course, Billy Drago there, the illustration.
Billy Drago, man. How did you get that?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you about these.
Dude.
This scene out here. So this is all out in some desert. I think it's near Vegas.
Okay.
So that was the only place I didn't go out to. I was on the shoot for the 4 weeks, but then they had to do this later. Then I had to get back to work. I took a leave of absence at the time when I was working.
Okay.
So I didn't get to drive out to, the desert here, wherever they filmed that.
And this is supposed to be the border.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of driving down to the border, I think it was somewhere out by Vegas.
Okay.
Looks beautiful though, right? I mean,
I like it. Good place to go hiking. Maybe not cross the border, but definitely.
yeah, it'd be safer. So yeah, the illustrations, I still have them. I kept them. I mean,
Yeah.
that was on the contract. Like, well, you guys like a comic book.
I'm gonna say something. I don't want to take it back.
Yes.
Some of the nicest lines I've ever seen. Who cleaned that up for you? Because I know that's got to be someone to clean that up. Those are some of the nicest.
The artwork?
Yeah.
No,
Really?
I do.
Okay.
I mean, I because I realized it's going to be on the screen. I just wanted stark black and white. I didn't want any feathering or any.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted just stark black lines.
I feel like you brought out the fancy pens for that.
Well, you know what? Like I said, hey, it's a movie. It's Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that I don't do good work on my comic, but I knew it was going to be like really big and bold on the screen.
Yeah.
This young guy, Darren, I believe his name was. Yeah, he played the young Diego. It was kind of cool meeting him. No, actually, I didn't meet him, right? Because this was out in the desert.
Yeah. And you don't have a young Diego. He grows up right away.
Yeah.
So brown. My people right there. What are you talking about?
So like this, I think, like this scene, I don't think he didn't film it. So he did, like I said, Brian wanted some scenes to kind of go between the actual visuals.
Okay.
Some of these were stills I was given.
Oh, okay.
So some of them were stills, so I just redrew it. But some I just had to imagine, like he's like, oh, I want the guy's hand holding the knife, so I can draw. I can draw Billy Drago's hand holding the knife without needing a reference.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's like a scene, well, it's coming up right now. Like they show you, and it looks exactly like the frame of the movie.
Yeah, because that one I literally, they sent me some frames, so then I just copied the ones that they sent. But it was really cool having the titles open the film, intercut with the action.
And what do you think of this intro though? This like the whole backstory of this way.
Yeah, so the backstory was all brand new
Yeah.
because when Brian got a hold of me, I only had that one first issue, the first 32-page Days of the Dead comic, and this backstory he made up for the film.
Really?
So I knew he had to flesh it out.
Yeah.
By the way, like when it has my credit there, that's in my contract.
Oh.
Like how you want your credit. I mean, I was associate producer, so that was already set. But I think I did the wording in the contract, like whatever it says, based on the comic book by Javier Hernandez.
You could have put like Javier the King, awesome, cool guy.
You could have put that. That might have get bounced back or renegotiated. But yeah, you're right. I put in what I wanted.
That's cool though.
It's all about your contract and your lawyer. Like, I always say this over and over when I talk to young people, anybody, whatever you're doing, if you're doing something outside of your own just little comic and you're involving other people, get a contract. I don't care if it's for a movie, a cartoon, I don't know, whatever.
That's a horrible part though. This whole system. You have to know at least a little bit of law to protect yourself from it. Especially you making a movie. That's like the biggest shark in the ocean.
Well, that's the thing. Shark's a good word.
Yeah.
But yeah, my lawyer Jean-Marc, he's French, and He's worked in the French comic industry as a writer. He's a lawyer.
Oh, neat.
So
So he understands.
he told me, so when we were talking on the phone when I first got a hold of him, he's all, hey, you don't want to get screwed over like Kirby. Like we all know Kirby, Jack Kirby. So yeah, that's why you need a lawyer, especially in anything. But us comic people, we haven't learned that lesson by now. Sorry if you're not taking care of yourself.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, I figured you're gonna need something like that.
This is filmed in Culver City.
You already answered my question. I always want to know because I know it's not the Alley River. I know it's not the Whittier River. So it's Culver City.
Culver City, yeah. And then there's a house later in the film that we filmed there too. So that's probably why they picked that area.
Oh, okay.
It's funny. I was up, I'm up on the top there with the production team as they're filming. And at one point there was they may show up on here. There's people walking on the other side, up on the ridge, and they kept getting the shot. But so they asked me if I can go tell them to move. And by the time I got up and went there, the people had left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of the associate producer duties, I guess, is, hey, can you tell us people to move? There's Wilmer Valderrama. He was like on third or fourth season of that 70s show at the time. So
young and buck.
Yeah, Fez,
Yeah. He still didn't know how powerful his star power was.
That's right. And that's Joel David Moore, who ends up in Avatar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. People like when you say Avatar, oh yes, of course.
That's right.
I hope he's in the sequel. I don't know if
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea.
but that's his biggest role.
Well, I know from like Grandma's Boy and stuff like that.
You know what's funny? So I was in the production office when Joel David Moore came in to audition for Zach.
Nice.
And Brian, the director, he let me sit in. He's like, you want to sit in on the auditions? Just sit there and just turn the little camera on when the actor sits down. Okay.
Yeah.
So Joel walks in, and then Brian, the director, introduces Joel. Oh, Joel, this is Javier Hernandez, the creator of the comic. And Joel's all, I just got done doing a comic book movie. Art School Confidential, Dan Clowes.
That's right.
From Ghost World.
Yeah.
And I go, no way, that's funny, really. And I go, I think he said it. He goes, yeah, I'm working my way up. Dan Clowes, you. And I go, next you play Jimmy Olsen, maybe.
Yeah.
That was pretty. We hit it off really good.
You know what? I could see him as Jimmy Olsen, like a side piece.
A lot of people say like he'd be perfect Shaggy.
Oh yeah.
Or at least in that. Yeah.
That's a given.
That's a given.
Lanky man like that.
Angie Zepeda, she's a big Colombian soap star. Actually, so these two people up on the screen right now, Wilmer and Angie, they also showed up in that Pixar film, Encanto.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
And they played it.
They played a couple.
Yeah, opposite each
They
other.
played like the parents of the main girl with the glasses. I saw the preview for Encanto. I was like, well, I don't know, I might pass on it. And then I found out Wilmer was in it.
Yeah.
And I found out Angie is playing his wife. I go, wow, that's it. I go, that's interesting casting. I'm really curious.
That's good to know for the game 20 Degrees of Separation. You ever played that? That's good to know.
Encanto.
Yeah. How do you tie in El Muerto to Encanto?
The unofficial sequel to El Muerto.
Wow, yeah, they had a kid and she had like powers.
Yeah.
Wow, there we go.
Oh, wow.
I just got $1 billion sequel. I didn't even know about it. Waiting for my check. This is filmed up in out by Ventura. You know where Six Flags, was it Magic Mountain Six Flags?
Is that the 14?
Sable Ranch. It's
Okay.
called. It's like this filming location. It's a canyon. They filmed like Young Guns.
Oh, cool.
The fact that Young Guns' house was still up there.
Oh, nice.
I guess it was I didn't saw the film. It was a big house at the end, a big shootout. It was still standing.
Wow.
That is, you know where that's at, right? That's San Fernando Mission.
Yeah.
Which is really cool to be filming at.
The San Fernando Mission.
That's the first day of filming with San Fernando Mission. I remember driving off the 5, and then you get off the freeway, and then there's a little paper sign that says EM.
Yeah.
That's how they keep it undercover. Like,
Hell, Muerto.
yeah, you don't want the whole road to know.
Yeah.
So then I'd see the signs, and I'd be winding off the road, and I'd drive up to the mission, and I see all the parking lot is full of all the production cars and trailers.
Yeah.
And I remember it was the first day of shooting, so the assistant director, she called everybody together in a circle, big circle. Okay, guys, first day of filming, let's get this done for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then, da-da-da. She, oh, by the way, we got to give special thanks to one person. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here doing this. And then, Javier Hernandez. I'm like, wow. Get the big applause from the big, it was pretty fun.
Well, yeah, it was it for this, they wouldn't have a job.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they wouldn't be working that week. You know?
Not that, yeah, it'd be on something else.
Yeah.
This is a house in right out of the cemetery gates.
Oh, really?
I forgot what street, but
On Evergreen?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. It's East LA.
Yeah. Well, he
Heights?
said well Heights, whatever you want to call it.
Right on, right on.
Right on the border.
But yeah, it was a family's house we just rented for that day, and they just had to do all the shots, and even the evening shot. It was a long day because you want to get it all done.
Yeah.
I think it was one day.
You just crammed it all in one day, that first day. Fresh paint and everything.
So yeah, then to the right would be the cemetery gates.
Yeah. It's like, it's off Michigan, I think it might be the street.
Yeah, it's literally whatever takes it to the gates.
Yeah, Michigan. Oh.
This is, I love the car they picked, an El Camino.
El Camino, yeah.
Because like of all the cars, it kind of, to me, like kind of could look like a hearse because it's got the big empty back.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't my idea. I never gave, I think in the comic he borrows his friend Zach's, just a regular Toyota, whatever. But no, El Camino, even the name El Camino, like yeah that's the Muerto car.
Yeah, he's going down the road.
And his makeup, if you notice now, well, it's flashing, there's premonition, but the makeup guy, Mark Batista, this was the last scene we filmed. When the car crashes.
Ever? Like in the last
Literally the last scene. It was the last day of filming out in the Sable Ranch. It was a 16-hour shoot. Because, normally it's 12 hours.
Yeah.
But, like, no, they got to get it done.
Oh.
And we were filming since 3 in the afternoon, the day. So now it was almost 6 in the morning. So they're setting up the shot where the car's got to hit the tree.
Yeah.
And the sun's coming up. And so he feels this tension because it's very expensive if they have to come back after they have allocated. So there's a lot of like, oh man, you got to get that car right, the car crash right.
Get that shot.
And I was super tired that night. They had I'm out there in this part of the Sable Ranch, which is green. They had a tent, and they had like these heaters because it was freaking cold at 3 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, oh, this sucks. Movies are great, but I'd rather go home. But I stuck it out till 3, exhausted. A lot of us were exhausted.
Yeah.
The car hit the tree, and then I see the producer go to the director and the other assistant director, and they're talking. And then okay, cut, guys, that's a wrap. Like they were, it was fine with the way, the way it was shot. And I remember driving home. So now it's like 7 in the morning. I'm driving home from Ventura. Traffic was killer to get home back to Whittier. Yeah, mine took me like 2 hours.
Oh.
But at the same time, and you know what? I think it was Valentine's Day.
You got that morning AM traffic too, that work traffic.
The work traffic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would have pulled over and just taken a nap.
And I was elated though, because hey, we got the movie in the can. Which you realize at that point, there's so much more to work to do now.
Yeah.
Now all the post.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't
chopping
really,
it up.
you think the filming that's done? No. You're barely maybe even started now.
Do you think those graphics put themselves up there? No.
No.
Right?
They weren't free either.
And how'd you get him, by the way?
The Hector Elizondo?
That is, I think.
I know my memory for 15 years isn't the best, but well, the casting director, that's just they just offered it to him and he took it.
Wow.
Playing the stern uncle, right? The priest, the stern priest uncle.
Yeah.
Of beautiful Angie Zapata, Maria.
Yeah.
Our heroine.
The last thing I saw him, I think before this was like El Zorro, even though that came out like 10 years before that. He was in that.
The one with Banderas?
Banderas, yeah.
Was he in that?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, I
He
gotta.
was like Don Luis or something like that.
Okay. And then this is a house in Eagle Rock.
Really?
I
It's a nice
believe.
house, by the way. This is where the priest lives.
I think. Yeah.
Like the furniture and everything. I'm like, wow, that's like pretty expensive for a priest.
Yeah. I know, right? It's a really nice looking place.
Yeah.
And then this scene, this is the only ones we filmed in an actual studio. This was in Burbank.
Oh.
Because they needed, they had to build this Aztec.
So it was built for you? This was built or not? For
Yeah.
you?
No, well, you know what it is? The production team, they went to the Warner Brothers lot. Because, I didn't know this. Warner Brothers rents millions of objects for every film.
Yeah.
So they just got all the pieces they needed, and then they got that puppet, that Mictlantecutli puppet costume. That was cool when you walk in the studio. That's a typical, it's all black.
Yeah.
And then you see this huge god of death puppet, 12 feet tall.
Yeah.
So I guess 3 guys operated it. 2 guys did the hands, and
That's cool, man. You take a picture with it?
I don't think I have one with that. I should have. I have some with the actors, obviously.
Yeah.
I wanted to say Wilmer's makeup here, right? Because he's still human. He's wearing makeup for a show. Yeah.
Perfect.
It looks like the makeup you'd put on if you went to a Halloween store and bought the makeup.
Nicely circled, nicely edges.
Right. When he comes back from the dead,
Yeah.
it looks like it's fused on him. That's why he looks all like.
Like he was in a car crash.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
No, yeah, that's like the little things you have to notice and they appreciate. You might not notice the first time, the second time you're like, oh,
And then you notice the suit.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the little swirls on it like I in the comic.
bones.
I love that when
Yeah.
Alexis, she was the costume designer. She put bones. I go, wow, I love that idea.
Yeah.
And then running up and down the leg, and then the accenting the rest of the suit,
And then scaring the killer.
scaring the kids. That guy there, that's actually Wilmer's sister.
Oh.
I guess it's his old high school friend, which makes sense. You're gonna get someone you trust.
Yeah.
But,
those bones, though, look at
I just love the idea at the God of Death, with like when he got his costume and then like he rearranges it and like, oh,
Yeah.
I want bones on it. I mean, because he turned him into that.
Yeah.
Now we're coming up to one of the greatest scenes in cinema history,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Tongue in cheek, of course.
This is your Daredevil Frank Miller pose right here, bud.
Yes, no pen in my forehead though.
Oh.
And I don't want to be like Todd McFarlane coming out of the trash in the alley, or James O'Barr, he's stealing the TV out of a burned out building. This is the night we filmed my cameo at the gates, right there. That's the front gates of Evergreen Cemetery. If you want to go, in fact, I do take out of town friends there.
There you go.
There you go.
You think like this is where I stood.
Yeah, no, I opened the gate. I made that paper mache mask. My
Oh,
friend Steve Guerra,
Yeah.
our mutual friend, our
Yeah.
toy maker friend, he helped me make it, and then the production team made that poncho.
Nice. That's cool because it's like I thought it was like a dress at first, but it's like a big cloak, right?
Yeah, it's a big old long, overlong
Yeah.
poncho, and I'm wearing a black shirt underneath, and I have a Steve Ditko fossil watch,
Ah.
a Spider-Man fossil watch underneath. And Susan Rogers in the red, she's our co-producer,
Okay.
and her friend behind her is Kathy,
Okay.
who unfortunately passed away since the filming. But Kathy was a huge, Mexophile. She loved Day of the Dead. She loved everything.
I'm guessing she helped with all the decor in that.
She probably did. I know the production team took care of all that stuff,
Yeah.
but I'm sure she had some things to say about it. But
And this is still Evergreen, right? 17?
yeah, we are in Evergreen Cemetery. We filmed there about 3 nights.
Mhm.
It was really cool because we'd have our meals there,
Yeah.
and I remember they would set up the benches literally on top of the graves.
Yeah.
So sorry to all the families.
No.
that we trapped.
It was 2006 when you guys were filming, right?
2005.
2005.
2005.
Because I remember when you guys were filming there, I was like maybe 24 years old around there, and there's filming going on. Like, what is going on there? And I remember I would pass by the cemetery, how it had that little bridge and stuff, and I would sneak over and I'd see the filming in 2005.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I
Yeah.
used to be very nosy back in those days. Right? Like if they were filming what happening, I'd go and check it out.
Well, yeah, it was a kind of a big thing. You know what's
Yeah.
interesting in retrospect? Maybe because it's such a small film, there was never anybody like bothering us.
Oh yeah.
It's not like we had hundreds of people. But maybe it was just making another movie,
Yeah.
which was good. Tony Plana,
Yeah.
one of our great character actors.
Yeah. Did a good job.
Aparicio, kind of. I call him Muerto's Yoda.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's a creation of Brian, the director.
Okay.
I told him that's a great character. He's like, well, I got inspired by you. I go, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, in your comic, when Diego's he's in the bathroom at nighttime at the park. There's
Yeah.
some guy basically throws him out. I go, yeah, but I didn't develop that character.
Yeah, no, yeah. And he got that character and ran with it then.
Yeah, but he's literally a caretaker of the dead.
Yeah.
So
And that's exactly what he does.
I love the symbolism,
Yeah.
the layers of that.
And he's ungrateful though, because he just you're like, oh, I'm out of here. Woo.
I'm out of here. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
This is right from the comic where he
Yeah.
looks at the paper because he's got to get it. The thing is, the character's supposed to realize it's a year later
Yeah.
since he
Yeah.
died and he got sent back to Earth. So I mean, the easiest thing to do is always a paper date.
I mean, you think you're a god, you could send him back like an hour later?
Day of the Dead. It's a year later, right? You
Yeah.
remember you remember your loved ones a year later, but
I guess.
and then on the paper, I'm not gonna show it again. But yeah, look, I didn't realize it's called the Burial Daily. I didn't realize till after several viewings.
Yeah.
That was Freddie Naff, our production designer.
You know what? I didn't notice that right now.
There you go. So now you have and then this is from the comic where he looks in the mirror, washes his face, tries to wash it off.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when it's like, wait a minute, this isn't paint. And the makeup artist Mark Batista, yeah, he told me he had to use a special paint that's waterproof because otherwise it'd be smearing off.
Oh. And so then I'm guessing they took special dinner to get it out.
Yeah.
Because you can do it with water.
And then Wilbur's obviously wearing black full contact lenses.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there's a doctor on set you put him on, and then
Okay.
you have to check him, take him off.
Because that's why you don't use it often. Use it in maybe a couple scenes in the whole black eyes in the beginning.
Yes, yes. In the comic, they're black permanently,
Yeah.
but in the movie, yeah, and I get it because, an actor you want to see, and then it's uncomfortable.
You can't see in those things?
Like after a while, I guess it's. I mean, you could. It's not like it's pitch black, but I think it's bothersome.
Okay.
This is a spoiler alert. So see the marigolds.
Uh-huh.
Well, we're filming in February, and try to find marigolds in February from what the production. Do you know what that is?
What is it?
Carrot. You buy a bunch of carrots, and I mean, there's some marigolds,
Uh-huh.
but the rest are carrots.
The
little shreds.
Ah.
They grind them up. I don't know if I should tell people that because it's like.
Ruin the illusion.
But look at all that.
That's all carrot?
Yeah, because where would they find that many marigolds? And I didn't know that. It's a production.
You know what's funny? On the way here, I saw like several ladies selling still marigolds.
Oh yeah, right now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
But come February,
That's good.
And you're right. It does look like it's like branded on them because you can see like the indentation of the cross.
I thought it was that's what I like too. The indentation of the cross is burned in, and the lips.
Yeah, it looks like it's deeper in. Yeah.
No, that was a good. I thought that was a really good call on
Yeah.
Mark's part.
Yeah.
And so then when he puts his skin color makeup on, you still see the scars.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So it's elevated in those little areas right there. So the mouth too.
yeah, the lips, and I think maybe his eyes and his eyebrows might be shaven off.
Huh.
Then of course he's got his surgical scar. Yeah, and so basically, as you can tell if you see the film, he's figuring out. Wait a minute, why am I back? Why am I looking like this? Why are my friends mourning my death?
Yeah.
Because you're dead.
Yeah.
A year later though.
One night in the cemetery, Angie Zapata came up to me, and she was they were setting up Day of the Dead stuff. And she said, "Hey, so what is this Day of the Dead thing? Because we don't have this in Colombia."
Huh.
And I told her, "Oh, it's a Mexican thing. Comes from Aztec times, and you're basically honoring your loved ones and remembering them." And then she got all like, "Oh my gosh, I love this movie even more now." I thought that was so sweet of her.
No, I didn't know that. It's one of those things like everyone thinks Hispanics all celebrate the same holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I guess maybe some do in some things, but yeah, Day of the Dead hasn't hit every place yet. I know, it is in some countries.
Yeah.
But she told me she was not aware of it. She at least said.
Yeah.
It's funny. We were watching Batman Brave the Bold yesterday,
Oh right.
and there's an episode where
Gentleman
Gentleman Goes is robbing a bank during Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
And you think it's Mexico because it's like you see this stuff, but it's like Brazil.
Oh really?
And like that was like they celebrate Day of the
Yeah, I was
Dead.
gonna say.
His fire shows up. She's from Brazil, and so. Hey.
But I'd be curious if they don't celebrate it, something
Yeah.
just assumed wrongly. Yeah, that's interesting. Brazil.
At that point, they're racist, right?
I like that. Put a note. We'll have to check that later.
What's crazy too because they use that imagery a lot now. Like was it that Bond movie, right?
Oh, well, that was in Mexico though.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They hit Bond.
And then what was it? BBS, right? Batman vs Superman is that scene where he's in Mexico. And
Yes.
And they're all
They're all worshiping.
Yeah.
That one I had a little issue with. But,
yeah.
But anyway, we're not gonna turn this into Zack Snyder bashing hour.
That's next time. Mark.
That's next time.
Which is so crazy since like 2007. Like there's so much more imagery of that.
Yeah. I'm not saying we did all that, but I mean, you see in all the movies now. We've had those wonderful animated films, Coco and The Book of Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I was really excited when it showed up in the Bond movie, being a big Bond fan.
Yeah.
Like two worlds crossed.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's such a phenomenal actor. I'll share a story about him later during one of his scenes, but sometimes you're lucky you get these older actors.
Yeah.
They bring that history, that experience.
And that's what this was. It was a real man. This guy's young. Zach's young.
Yeah, Zach and Diego.
Yeah.
Maria. It's a young cast, and then you populate it with, we'll talk about Michael Parks later.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Tony Plana, even Billy Drago. He's an old veterano.
Yeah.
Of the bad guy.
Yeah. Knocked around
played
with Chuck
that
Norris. Yeah.
Chuck Norris. I remember him from the Untouchables in
The Untouchables.
'87.
Oh, he's a bad guy in the Untouchable.
The first thing I saw him in.
Yeah.
So this house, like I said, it's. I like to drive by it when I show friends the area there, the cemetery. There's a scene in the comic, the first comic, where Zach is looking at the TV screen and it dissolves into
Him.
some memories. So yeah, I think Brian. Brian looked at the comic, obviously. And
Yeah.
He took a couple little things here and there, but The film for the most part, it's definitely his script. It's like a whole new. It uses the origin story as a launch pad, which I'm fine with because I'm looking at. If I look at Frank Miller's Dark Knight, Adam West's Batman, animate, they're all different, and a character can be different things in different eras and different mediums.
Well, that's always my always thing is when like Hollywood's interpretation of these characters has never been, the comic book version. This is Hollywood's version of your character.
Of my character.
But you're still involved though.
Exactly. Now there's times like when you get something like Sin City, where it's literally as much as possible follows every panel, and Frank co-directed it. So that's like the high mark as far as how close it can get.
Yeah.
But then everything else is an adaptation.
Well, think about it also going with that. It's the Spirit. When they made the Spirit movie.
Oh, the Spirit.
Will Eisner was no longer there.
No.
So that was,
He wasn't in the movie either as far as his concept or his color scheme either.
Yeah. But so at that point, Hollywood's interpretation is full Hollywood's interpretation.
Right.
And
that's what we're looking at.
Yeah. This is you still have your control over some control over it. It's your characters.
It's funny when I would sit and watch it too. Once I got the DVD, it's like I'm like you guys. I want to watch the movie.
Yeah.
But as I'm watching it, I'm remembering every night when we filmed and such too. Like I can't 100% get into the story.
Yeah.
Because I remember when he ran out and in fact, I think this night they were filming in the house. It was right there, like I said, East LA, outside the cemetery. They were trying to film it, and then they were having problems. So they came and told me that Susan Rogers, the co-producer, hey Javier, they're trying to film the scene with Wilmer and Zach talking there, but they're picking up some audio. I mean, the microphones are amazing, right? We're picking up audio like a block over, and it sounds like a party. She's all, could you maybe go there and let them know if we're trying to film?
Tone it down.
And I figured, they're asking me because they did, you don't want to send a white guy down there.
Yeah.
So I go, okay, I'll go. So I'm leaving the set.
Yeah.
And it must have been a different seat because it wasn't Wilmer's seat. But I'm leaving the set, and then Wilmer's like, hey, where are you going? He was in costume, right?
Okay.
He's like, where are you going? I go, I got to go to a house. They're filming, they got to stop quiet now. He's like, where's it at? A block over. He's all, okay, let's go.
In costume.
Yeah.
Okay.
So his friend, his assistant came with him.
In February.
In February. So I'm walking the streets of East LA at night by the cemetery. Like I'm walking, they're behind me. I go, this is weird.
Yeah.
And then
a little surreal.
Yeah, very surreal. And then we walk to the house. Like, oh man, this is now the hard part.
Yeah.
And it's an East LA party, so it's in the backyard.
Okay.
Big backyard. So I gotta walk through there. El Muerto's behind me. We walk in there, and I go, hey, where's the owner of the house? Really quick, this scene here. Brian literally took the line from the comic where she looks at him like, I know who you are. Nightmare Before Christmas. He gets the biggest laugh in the audience.
Yeah.
It's Jack Skellington.
That store's still there. It's a ferreteria now, though.
Yeah. I like driving by there. That's right by that restaurant they walked by.
Yeah.
So I go to the house, and then there's the owner, and he comes up to me. He's a bald guy with a mustache.
Oh man.
Young guy, but
okay.
And I feel kind of dumb. Hi, sir. I know you're having a great party for your son and everything. We're filming it starts sounding dumb when you start saying it. We're filming a movie 2 streets over, and the audio is kind of interfering. Could we ask you guys to keep it down just a bit? And I go like, oh, here's the star of a film. And Wilmer's like, hi. And I think he said hi to the kids, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't know what he was, whatever.
Okay.
But it was funny. The guy looked at me kind of like, all right.
Oh.
And then we walked away.
Yeah.
And when I got back to the set, they're like, oh, Javier, we got the scene done. And I think they sent a PA. And well, someone go tell the family they can have the party now.
Nice. Is behind the tortilleria?
Yes, they did, right in the alleyway behind. So on the left side, there was a balcony with little kids were up in there. It's their apartment.
Okay.
They're like sitting there looking at this film we made. So I asked the kids, I go, hey guys, we're filming a scene here. If you guys can just keep it down, you can watch, but just keep it down, and I'll give you size of. I kept comics with me at all time. So I signed a bunch of comics for these little 8-year-old Mexican kids. It was really fun.
I wonder if they still live there.
I know, right? Years later. But like I said, we're filming that scene there.
Yeah.
And you figure there'd be people like, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Nothing. It was cool though.
You just I didn't know, or else I'd be there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, like if you go up that street, make a right, I'm pretty much there.
Isn't that where the Pino's at?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's where it's at.
That's where I live.
You see that big guy?
The big one?
The big guy. That's Wilmer's bodyguard. they wanted him in the scene because he looks great. He's scary.
Yeah, he's scary.
But all he had was a white T-shirt that day. So they're like telling me, "Oh, Javier, you know what? We're trying to cover him up, but there's nothing in the wardrobe.
No.
Can we use your jacket?" So that's my jacket he wore. I go, "Sure, put it on," because they didn't want this big old bright white T-shirt.
But you know what? That big old bright white T-shirt would probably be okay.
It was the creator of Sonobilo,
Where?
Rafael Navarro.
Oh, the flannel?
Yeah,
Oh,
check him out.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Look at that hippie with his hair.
That's right, he cut it now.
Yeah.
So you got two creators in the same movie, cameo creators.
See, I didn't know that. If you wouldn't have told me, I would never have seen them there.
But yeah, this is literally the street right down from the cemetery. So when
Okay.
they cut through the gate, I mean, they didn't have to go to another location. They literally just turned the camera and moved it over.
So that's again the corner of Michigan.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
And here's coming down the cemetery, crossing the streets.
Like they use a proper entrance, that big gate, like right next to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Here we get to see Muerto's powers being demonstrated. He can resurrect the dead,
Yeah.
which you haven't seen that since the Bible.
All right. This is only for people that live in the area?
Yes.
From that cemetery vantage point to that market to that alley, there's no way you can get there in like that time frame.
Nice.
Okay, but that's just for people
There we
that live
go.
in the area.
You put that in IMDb, the little facts. There's no way.
No way.
Well, there's no way a guy can come back from the dead, dude.
Well, I mean, that at least I'm willing to believe.
Oh, the little lady, she's also in Art School Confidential.
Yeah,
Remember? She's a
lot of
little
things.
mom, yeah.
Yeah, commercials too.
She was adorable.
Yeah, oh yeah.
In fact, when she mispronounced his name, she wasn't acting like, what is this? What do you call it? El Muerte? So they kept it, because in real life, not everybody can pronounce the name.
No, yeah. Yeah, she comes on lots. I think she's even in Seinfeld.
Oh, probably. I could see it totally being there. But like right there, I would expect people to be walking out of the house there like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, some Chicano guy talking to some dead zombie, Aztec zombie.
Normal
Yeah,
stuff.
Everyday stuff. Everyday stuff.
You're obviously not from East LA. Guys in flaming skulls, no problem.
I just noticed too that the cool is like a cool skull design on his jacket.
Oh, yes, thank you. Alexa told me, so check this out. So it's real subtle. It may or may not come out on camera, but we put, I don't know how they do it, the little skulls on his shoulder there.
And it's around the skull in the back.
And
right?
that's a beautiful touch, the little
Yeah.
white. It's the same skull, but it's in a circle on the back of the jacket. So, yeah, no, you definitely
And
noticed
it's
it.
real subtle too. Like it's only when you move a certain part of the light hits it the right way.
I don't know how they do that. I'm sure they're stamped on or something, but he had I think he had like 4 or 5 suits. Obviously, he needed.
And
People
it
ask me if
runs
I
down
kept
the
one. I should have. I don't
Yeah,
have one.
it's up down the sleeves and on the back. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Also, you get to keep one of the suits.
No, I didn't ask for it. I should have. I mean, I don't know what Larry did with all the props. It's been 15 years.
Yeah.
If you can believe
Whatever
that.
that God of Death is that.
Yeah, that probably went back to Warner Brothers or
Yeah.
wherever they rented it from.
No,
But it would be cool to have a suit.
Yeah,
I'd be like
accurate suit.
I'd be like Batman. Like, oh, there's my Robin suit
And the glass case.
and my giant centavo
Alright, yeah.
Your vessel.
and my peso and my dead dinosario.
There you go.
But yeah, seeing Tony, just being on the set, just watching, because I just stand there by the camera, and I got a funny anecdote. I've heard 2 people say this.
Yeah.
I've heard Frank Miller say it in the Sin City commentary, and I heard Dan Klaus say it recently. I think on the Cartoonist Kayfabe interview he just did. So I have the same opinion. Like, we're getting ready for the movie, right? And I'm thinking like, okay, this is gonna be fun. But like, man, the actors are so full of celebrity crap, People Magazine type of stuff.
Yeah.
Let's hope they're not boring or whatever. And it was anything but that, because there's like celebrities, right? Like People Magazine, whatever, just stuff, celebrities.
Yeah.
But then they're here to act.
Yeah.
And they were all professional. They were all courteous. Like, oh, you created the comic.
Yeah, they don't really know what you did. They don't know anything really besides. They probably never read.
No, right. But I'm saying like they were there. I had this idea actors would be flighty, but they're professionals. They're all there to get the job done. They got to get the job done and go home and go to the next thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had I got respect for all the actors,
Oh yeah.
especially some of the older ones. They take, we just start chatting on the side about anything. So what?
It's like they're real people.
No, that's right. That's right. They're real people. They're like me. They're just trying to do their work.
Right.
I mean, yeah, there's a fun aspect to it, and like right now we're having fun and everything, but
Yeah.
like the red carpet is different from working on the set.
You get to have fun at the red carpet because it's done.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
All right. Pause.
Okay. Oh. Look at me.
Pausing you. pause.
No, that's good. You kept track.
Maybe we need a.
Damn, we're already at the hour almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks freaky with the makeup and the scars.
Yeah.
It's like, they made him all ugly.
It's like, I don't know if you've seen it. Like, a lot of people are picking up on it now. Like, I never noticed it. But like in the Dark Knight, that scene where Bruce meets Harvey Dent for the first time and in the restaurant and they're talking.
Oh, okay, where he's still Harvey Dent.
Yeah, and they're talking or whatever, and then so people have figured out that if they pause it, you can see Heath Ledger without the makeup, based on the scars, and he's sitting there eating with somebody.
No way.
Yeah. And that ties it together too, because like later on when he's interrogating him,
Yeah.
the Joker says something like, "Oh, I thought you were Harvey Dent, but the way you threw yourself at her, I knew you weren't." And it was because he heard him talk.
Oh, interesting. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
He's sitting there.
That scene makes so much sense.
Yeah, it makes way more sense now.
Wow. Because isn't there another scene where you actually see him?
Yeah, he's dressed like a cop.
Yeah, so that's the one I see.
Yeah.
But that's it. I didn't know that. I'll have to check that scene out again.
Yeah, he's just sitting there. You have to really look for him in the corner. But yeah.
That's funny though, but yeah, he's got the scars on him.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you see it or like you read it? And...
No, I saw the video of people later on and talked about it.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah, all these years I never heard that. That's funny.
It was funny, like as a kid, like I remember like the Michael Keaton Batman movie. Like I never, as a kid, until like years later, I didn't realize that his face, the Joker's face, was white, and he had to put makeup on to like cover it up.
Oh, that.
I was always very confused by that when he like went through the water on him, and I'm like, what is going on? Like,
Oh, that was a nice. Yeah, that was a nice gag. Yeah, and he wipes it, and
Yeah.
then you see his real face underneath.
Yeah.
You were confused
I
on
was
that.
very confused again.
Shit, what you got? The penguin spitting up blood.
Yeah, you all right?
2 years later, 3 years later. Wow.
Oh, to this day, though, I still don't understand. I mean, I guess it's like thematic, whatever, but like when they leave Vicky Vale's apartment,
Right.
and she opens the present and the flowers pop out,
Yeah.
and she like she passes out.
Yeah.
All right. Like I don't get it.
And then it cuts to the next scene.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get what? That she fainted?
Yeah.
Or-
Why she faint? It's like,
She got scared.
I guess.
I mean, yeah, you wouldn't get scared. And probably women wouldn't get scared now.
Women.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Hollywood screenwriter women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh,
No.
women faint.
Hold on. Danes.
Dame, broads, women.
Broad.
Cause I've talked to people about that, and they're like, "Well, I mean, it's dead. They're dead flowers." It's like a whole. Yeah, I'm like,
I never thought. I just. Oh, she fainted.
Yeah, it's just weird.
That's funny.
It's like super dramatic too, the way she faints.
Well, then that sting.
Yeah.
Ding, ding. Thanks, Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a ding ding.
Yeah.
Right? Dun, dun. There's a really fucking bombastic.
Yeah.
Bum, bum.
But yeah. And it's funny too, because we were talking about that movie the other day, and talking about how like it's so crazy that like Prince did the soundtrack to that movie.
Yeah, that's a crazy.
Like it works, but if you were to say like, oh, Prince could do the soundtrack to Batman, you're like, well, Prince. That's
Wow.
weird.
Yeah, but when you're told Michael Keaton's playing Batman,
Yeah.
that's start. The amount the internet was around back then,
Yeah, yeah, that would have been crazy.
they would have fucking lost it.
Yeah,
Man.
you got, yeah, the director Tim Burton with
Yeah, Tim-
Prince. Yeah, that's just weird in itself, right? And then you're gonna put him on Batman.
And then bringing me out.
Yeah.
Prince, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you are. You're that Nightmare Before Christmas guy.
The only thing that works back then, like if you're a Joker, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
like that's the one you're gonna shut up about. Everything else you can complain.
That's true. All right, ready, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh,
there you go.
uh-oh.
Not yet.
Oh,
All right, I'm pressing record now. Go. I'm gonna just voice out later
Oh, I didn't play.
because you suck.
There you go.
and this is yeah, this little building is also on Sable Ranch.
Okay.
It's like one of the little buildings they had. They used it for a church office.
Okay, that's not the Young Guns.
Yeah, no, it's not. We didn't use that at all.
Oh.
This is all Hollywood rain, right?
Yeah, yeah, totally.
It's so sunny.
Well,
Yeah,
that prophecy. That
yeah,
prophecy.
sun showers. Yeah.
Sun showers.
But
Come on,
yeah.
did not pay attention to the first part of the
No,
movie.
I understand, but I'm saying like, that's not natural. Like,
That's
Well, that's the whole
point.
point. Yeah, it's not supernatural.
Look at that. She is pretty.
She was such a sweet actress. I remember I was in the production office one day where she came in
Yeah.
to try her costumes. So I'm sitting at this. They let me have the receptionist desk.
Mm-hmm.
Because Javier just you need someplace to sit all day. Okay, do nothing really. And then Angie walks in. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
And then the costume girls came out. The costume department came out, and then right across from me was a doorway. She went in there to change.
Yeah.
And she'd be changing, putting costumes on, and then she'd come out and show everybody the suit she's wearing.
Right.
And I'm just sitting there looking at her like every time she comes out, she's wearing pretty clothes.
Yeah.
And then she looked at me and she did like a little twirl. She's all, so am I the Maria you always envision, Javier? And I go, Angie, you're the Maria we all envision. She was just so, I mean, I don't know, I think she comes out really sweet here in this film, but she's also very serious because she doesn't know, her boyfriend is passed on.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, she's very sweet, but when she gets mad, here at Zach, she's like, she gets mad.
Yeah, and then, because Zach thinks he's seen him, and she's like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, no, they got a really solid actress for the role.
Yeah.
And they all bounce off really good, like, and Zach is more like the friend, a little more, a little shaggy looking and everything.
Yeah.
My question with Zach was is he supposed to be kind of Hispanic?
Zach, in the comic, he's Zach Silver, Jewish guy.
Okay.
And in this film, they hired a white guy for it.
Okay.
Why did you, curious.
No, because, in earlier on, he says he's some sort of priest or something like that in the movie. He makes a reference that he's, like, from some lineage of some sort.
Yeah, Isaac.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Jewish lineage.
Oh,
yes.
okay. See, that I don't know much about the Jewish race. There you go.
So this is the church at the San Fernando Mission, right?
Yeah.
So
It looks the same.
we'd be filming there, and then they go on to another place to film, and it's like midnight at one point, right? And I'm literally, we got the whole grounds of the mission to us. So I'm just walking around the mission at midnight. The church was open. I literally walked in the church and I just sat in the pews there while they're filming on the other side. And I'm just like thinking, man, this is again surreal. When would I be at a midnight, other than midnight mass for Christmas?
Yeah.
When would I be in a midnight at San Fernando Mission while it's closed? Those are all the experiences I really savored as working on the film.
That's cool. Did you get, like, your hair start, like, raising up in your people bumps? I mean, school goosebumps and stuff like that?
What, being there?
Yeah, in the middle of the night in a church. That nice church, especially.
Yeah.
Right? Like you said, surreal.
Well, the whole thing was goosebumps, like just getting that movie made
Okay.
and working on. Luckily, I live in LA, so I could drive down there. You know what I mean? If I lived in Arizona, maybe I would be able to enjoy the film every day. But
Yeah.
also, that was in my contract too. I told my lawyer, "Oh, Jean-Marc, I want to work on I get paid for the rights,
Yeah.
but I want to work on the film on a weekly salary." So he put it in, and then we sent it to the producer. And they okayed it.
Wow.
So another tip for creators: talk to your lawyer, throw stuff in there. If they say no, they say no. They negotiate.
That
If
you
they
want to do, right? That you want to, make your dreams happen.
Exactly.
Oh, it's one of those once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't let them run you over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then jump on the ride,
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, it won't be once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, I mean, I don't want to,
Yeah. You want to do it again though?
No, I do it again in a second. But I can't plan on it. I can't.
No, of course not.
Can't be entitled to it.
Because I mean, now with the production, the cost of stuff is less. You can do more effects.
Yeah, definitely. The effects are more,
Mm-hmm.
and there's more opportunities now. We didn't have back in 2005.
Yeah.
There was studios and independent. Now you got streaming. You got Hulu, Netflix.
Oh yeah. that's
Apple,
true.
Amazon. I mean, so many. All these places have appetite. They need product.
Huh. You're right.
Maria Cachita Alonso.
Yeah, best cameo ever.
As a nun, right?
Yeah.
She's so awesome. They told me she had a whole back. You don't know much about the nun. Oh man, every time you see like Michael Parks is in our movie.
Yeah.
And now that he passed away, unfortunately, like
A couple years
he's
ago too.
in our movie forever.
Yeah.
But Maria Conchita, she had a backstory for her character.
Oh, she made it up.
Yeah, but that's an actress for you, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not part of the movie. She was abused, and that's why she has a scar in the lip.
Yeah.
She was beaten, so she went to church to become a nun.
Oh, wow.
I just like how she did that for herself because it wasn't in the script.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
No, she's a fucking doll. You see the treasure.
I walked by her one day. She was outside her trailer, and I introduced myself. Oh, Maria, hi.
Yeah.
I'm the creator of the comic. I gave her a comic, and she's like, "Oh, my son does art. I think he's a graphic designer." She's like, "Look, he did the art for my new CD." That was cool.
Yeah.
No.
Again, just connecting
Right.
with someone off the set.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, she's a singer. She's a dancer. Yeah.
Wilmer this is so goth, man.
Yeah.
He's just lying in the cemetery grounds, at the church grounds.
You know what? We're all young ones.
Yeah.
we
We all love the Crow.
the Smiths. Yeah, exactly. We still do.
Yeah.
Then I'll grow it. But yeah, his face makeup has come off, right? It's all smeared now.
By the way, I love how gradually that worked out. Like from when he started wearing it to like I guess when he was talking to the priest, it starts wearing off, but the white starts coming through.
Yeah, it looked really freaky.
Yeah.
At the scene with the priest.
With that fake police car, that car is not for me. So they.
Yeah, it's like a generic car they rented. Yeah, totally. You're right.
I love Michael Parks playing a cop, but he's always playing a cop, right?
Always.
He's was it Sergeant McGraw? Was it?
Earl McGraw
McGraw.
in the Tarantino films.
Yeah, it's the one character that Tarantino and Robert did share.
Yeah.
Right? They put him in.
And so did I now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. He was a sheriff in all three of them.
Yeah.
It's the same sheriff, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a multiverse.
Yeah, right.
Multiverse of Tarantino, Rodriguez, Muerto.
Muerto, the Parks universe. The Parkerverse.
Parkerverse. Showing some super strength here and
Yeah.
super resistance. Ouch. So this is Brian's idea, because in the comic he heals the dead. He
Right.
can resurrect. But Brian extended, like, well, you know what? He can even, I don't know what the word would be. He can calm you and soothe you.
Oh.
Because say when freaks out, that's why he touches them,
And you calm down.
and they get calm. Which I guess maybe a extension of resurrecting someone from the dead.
Yeah.
He's bringing them more. He's bringing them back down to a lower peace to peace
Yeah.
from chaos.
Yeah.
So it could be a metaphor for death. You're dead now. You're
Yeah.
alive.
When you lay someone down to rest.
So the outside of the house was in Culver City. The inside is in Eagle Rock. So this is one of the first days we filmed, right? So I remember it's an old house with a wooden floor. So we're all on like one side, right? All of us, and their actors are working. And I was, I was like terrified, like, oh my God, it's so quiet. Michael Parks is talking. I go, okay, my phone is off. And I actually put my hand in my pocket to hold my keys so they don't shake. And they did the scene, it was fine, and then they cut, they're gonna film again. I go, I'm just gonna wait outside.
Yeah.
Because even if you step, what if the floor creaks? Like, I don't want to be the one to screw it up, being the dumb outsider, the dumb comic guy.
So you're just frozen.
Yeah, out of respect.
Yeah.
And it's a wooden floor. It's like, oh no. So I went outside and hung out with the sound guys.
Buddy.
Yeah. But as the time progressed, you got a little more comfortable with it.
Yeah, because one of the first, I've never been on that.
Yeah.
The guy from Whittier.
Yeah.
They're making a movie now
Yeah.
with Michael Parks. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The guy playing the priest, I've never seen him and stuff.
Yes, E.J. Callahan. He's got a big, I can't think of it offhand, but I think he was in Austin Powers. I think when I looked him up.
Oh,
but,
maybe. Yeah.
But he's one of the guys I told you about. So one day I just saw him outside, and we're talking. I introduced myself. Hey, nice to meet you. And then he told me that he just recently got married, and that he used to just having dinner by himself, but now he's got his wife. That's just a nice little thing just that he shared.
Yeah.
Again, they're real people, and they're just great. They're great people. They're great. They're serious about their work.
I like that. You're bringing them down to our level here.
Yeah, they got to talk to this comic book guy and just keep it real. So I got to tell Michael Parks. When I heard he got hired, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
By then he had already done some of the Tarantino films, and of course he's got a 30-year career before those guys. But they told me, like, I remember working on the set one day, and then the next day he was going to show up, and then Susan, the co-producer, again, they would send her after me because she's real sweet. Hey Javier, we're short a PA tomorrow, production assistant. Michael Parks doesn't drive to set, so could you pick him up? Well, at first I was like, in my head, like, why am I picking people up? I'm the creator of this thing. In my head. But I go, okay, sure. And so I got his address and I picked him up. I'm driving, it's on Wilshire, I'm driving by Miracle Mile, and I'm running late. And I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be late to pick up Michael Parks.
Yeah.
So I called him. Michael, yeah, this is Javier from the Muerto film. I'm on my way to pick you up. I'm running a little late, but I will be there.
Yeah.
He's like, where are you at? And I told him to cross street. And he's all, okay, just take your time, be careful. So I drive up to his, I guess it was a townhouse.
Yeah.
He's standing on the porch wearing blue jeans, like a blue t-shirt, and one of those weird, funky green nylon cheap jackets that we all have.
Yeah.
Just totally down, he's not going to be all dressed up.
No.
It was like I'm picking him up for a construction job. He gets in my car, he throws his script on the dashboard, throws his jacket in the back, And now I'm trying to be all calm.
Yeah.
And we're driving, and I go, hey, Michael, I don't know if they told you, so I'm the creator of the comic.
Yeah.
And he's all, is that so? You know, that voice of his?
Mm-hmm.
And then he got his script, and he sees my name on the bottom. He's like, oh, okay. And I told him really quick how the film came about. I did an interview on NPR.
Yeah.
Brian called me, and he's all, you're very lucky.
Mm.
I mean, this is a guy, 30-year veteran. He's all, things don't happen this quick in this town like that.
Yeah.
Mine was kind of like boom, boom, boom. You know, Larry, got a hold of the guys, and we signed a deal and started making the movie.
Right.
He was like, so we're driving right to the set. Now I'm all jazzed. Like, I got Michael Parks here, man.
Yeah.
He goes, can I smoke? And I hate to smoke.
Yeah. Oh.
Like close up, like do what you want to do, but like, I don't want to breathe in my car.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when the wife said, I go, yeah, sure.
Of course, you're not gonna say no.
So he gets a cigarette in his lighter, and then he flicks the ashtray open, and then he closes it and puts his no one smokes in this car. Like, I know.
Class act.
I know. I almost get choked up every time I think of that story. I mean, that's classy.
Yeah.
He's an actor. I can do whatever I want, right? I want to smoke.
Yeah.
He's all, no one smokes in this car. Like, wow.
Yeah. I heard that, and I just all right there with my hand was class act.
No, I know. Your eyes lit up when I told you that. So when we got to the set, when they were talking,
Yeah.
I asked him about working with Quentin and Robert.
Mm-hmm. And of course.
Yeah. And he's all, yeah, they're great guys. He's all, I never do any film where I look stupid.
Yeah.
That's his bottom line.
Okay.
So we got to the set, right? And he gets out of the car, and then he sounds like a little kid, like, hey, are you going to take me home? And I go, well, I'm not sure, because I think they have PAs now, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But damn, I would have picked him up and taken him in every day when I thought about it.
You're like, yeah, sure, we'll go get dinner too.
He's the one, after the film was over, I actually regretted
Mm-hmm.
not asking for his phone number, because I'm sure he would have gave it to me.
Yeah.
Like, just to go have a drink or dinner with him. Because he was such a cool, down-to-earth, non-Hollywood guy.
Yeah. I love that he came out of his little windbreaker and
Yeah, I thought we were going on a construction job.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's an actor, but why is he going to be all dressed up in the morning?
It ruins the illusion for me, but like I said, it makes me like him even more.
Well, because when he gets to the set, then he puts on the costume for the day.
Yeah.
But otherwise, jeans is fine.
Yeah. I could like Michael Parks all day. I'm sorry.
Oh man, yeah, he was a gem.
Yeah.
He's a crazy actor because who was it? The Tusk, right? He was in Tusk.
Oh my gosh,
And it was intense in that movie. It was real.
that was a freaky film. And then Red State by Kevin Smith. That was
he was the minister, right?
He was like that Florida Baptist, Southern Baptist guy, really racist and all that.
Yeah.
Homophobic. That was a great role for him, but he's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
Back to the Evergreen Cemetery. Look how green it is. I mean,
Yeah.
we look at it now. Unfortunately, it's all yellowed out like everything else. But El Pino is the famous tree is up in the hills there.
Get your house from here.
Yeah, this is like the one superhero movie or comic book movie made in East LA.
Wow, I think so. I think to this day, I always tell people look it up. I think it's still the only like Latino American independent comic book. No, it is made into a film, and it's a black and white comic on top of that. So other than Ninja Turtles and American Splendor, I mean, right, like for that subcategory of black and white comic. I think we're the only third one, and then
there's not like a Love and Rockets movie or anything like that.
Yeah, not yet. That'd make a great series actually.
Yeah.
Right, like a real thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
Yeah, you're right. It's probably not one of the streaming companies that picked that up yet or anything.
It's ideal for that.
Yeah.
Hopefully now with all the hype about the 40th anniversary of Love and Rockets.
That'd be cool.
We did a lot of film festivals when the film was done. Obviously, one of them was in Oxnard.
Oh.
Which I was thinking, hey, that's Jaime Beto's hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's cool doing a film festival there.
Did you take it around like a lot of markets?
There was like some Latino film festival in Toronto, Canada. I didn't go to that, but so I know it hit Canada.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
There's Latinos in Canada.
Apparently.
No, I have a lot of cousins from Mexico. They go work there or whatever, study.
And they speak French.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Sacre bleu.
Blue.
It's so great seeing these two old seasoned veterans.
Together.
Boom. I don't know. That may be the only time they've ever been in a film together.
And it wasn't because it kind of keeps going back and forth. I thought at one point they weren't together in the same scene, but they are together.
Oh yeah. And you'll see them outside when they're walking. But yeah, I love these scenes with these two guys. Yeah, there they are. Like, man, look at they're in our film.
Yeah.
Tony Plana and Michael Parks. Wow.
That's iconic right there. And that's something I'm trying to think of anything they've done together. I don't think so.
No, I'm very proud of the fact that we got it together. And yeah, that's the Evergreen Cemetery. That's one of the little chapels.
Side story, weird side story. One time when I partied too hard in that, I think I threw up on the side of that.
Oh my gosh. Cruz's puke is on the wall there. So I got Cruz's puke, Michael Parks, and Tony Plana.
And it would have been early 2000s, so yeah.
That is hilarious.
That's funny.
Here we do a time jump in movies, right? So right down there at the cemetery, Wilbur's running. Now we're at Sable Ranch.
Oh.
Because Evergreen Cemetery is not that huge.
Yeah. And so there's only like 2 headstones, 3 headstones.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You know, in the film, when you watch it, he says idiot. Because, you know, he doesn't want to run after this guy. I mean, that's not the script, but that's
perfect.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
An older guy would say that, like, idiot,
Yeah.
quit running. Probably would have said worse, actually, but it's a PG-13 movie.
That's funny.
You know what? It's something Michael Parks would say.
Exactly. Oh, believe me, we had some talks out. Yeah. So coming up, this is one of my favorite scenes with Tony Plana.
Is he gonna try to hide with the makeup?
I know. I was like, wow, desperately trying to throw that makeup on really quick, and it turns around. The guy's like, okay, it's not you. But the gig is up. Like, he knows something's up, and this guy, you know, supernatural guy ran around. Michael Parks, man. Yeah. The late great Michael Parks. And Wilbur's really intense here in this scene. Oh, watch it.
Yeah, no.
Violence.
Yeah. Don't play that game. Don't do it. And he did it.
Wow, that's crazy.
That was good.
I know. I was like, when he jumps back.
That was a good practical effect.
So the scene here, so Tony Plana has a very critical scene here, right? When he's trying to, you know.
Oh, right.
So he filmed it like 3 times, right? Most of the actors do about 3 takes.
Right.
And Tony filmed it. You'll see the speech he does in a second, and then Brian's all cut. Okay, that's great, Tony. And then I saw Tony walk up to Brian, the director. He's like, Brian, can we do it one more time? Because I feel like I'm getting now. I feel it now.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian's okay, sure. If you want to do it, we'll do that. And I was thinking, wow, because another actor could have said, okay, they said cut, they got it, they're fine.
Yeah.
But he wasn't satisfied 100%. Like I was so impressed by that.
Class.
Yeah, it's like this part where he's trying to explain to Diego, no, you're not really evil.
Okay.
I
mean, you were made by evil, but you can use it for good.
Yeah, and he talks about like he feels his loved ones in his heart.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that I imagine this is the scene where the take we're watching, the one maybe Tony felt the best about.
Give it a little more intensity.
Isn't that cool though that he told the director,
Like,
no, let's do one more if we can, please.
Give me one more. It works though. Cause look at his fist. Look at the way he's holding it, like the vein that's coming out of it.
No, that's what you know. Physically, you're really,
There's intensity to that. Intensity.
And then resurrect this guy. He tells him, "Here, touch him.
Yeah.
We'll bring him back."
Like you can't do it. Yes, you can. Cause you have love in your hands.
Then we figured maybe this cop finally retired after. That's it, man. Zombie guy's bringing him back from the dead.
Done.
He hasn't read about that since Sunday school.
Seriously.
Well, one day, so we were filming, and it was getting to the end of the film, so I did this El Muerto drawing, but of Wilmer in that costume, with the bones, and then his makeup, and I did a drawing at home, and I colored it, I printed it, and I gave it to everybody on the set. So I went to give him a copy. I went to his trailer, right, and he was in the makeup chair, and I walked in. Hey, Will, I want to give you this. His buddy's called him Will. Yeah. And he's like, hey, thanks, man. But no, thanks. And I'm walking out of his trailer. He brought his own trailer. Is that nice big trailer? I'm walking out, and he goes, as I'm walking out the door, hey, Javier. Yeah, what's up? He's like, are you happy with the way I'm doing the character? Are you really like the way I go, yeah, man, totally. I really do. And I walked out like I could have floated out like again, you think, why would the actor care what you think?
No, but you're elated at that point. You're like, oh.
I was elated, yeah. I walked down the steps, but I could have kept going straight. But I thought that was so cool. Like, he called me after I'm leaving.
Yeah. Are you happy with it? Yes.
So what was it like seeing him in the costume and all that for the first time?
Oh.
Yeah, that was early in the film. Yeah, it was a trip because because I didn't see anything about it when he was putting the makeup on. I just see him walk out in full black. It's like, wow, he looks great.
Yeah.
The suit looks great. He looks great. It was I think in the church when I saw him. Just kind of interesting.
And you know what? You couldn't pick the perfect more person physically to kind of look like Diego de la Luna kind of at the time.
De la Muerto, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, at the time now. Well, really, I say thanks Hollywood. They didn't have many choices. I mean, really, in 2005.
Yeah, you know, you're right.
But he was great because I love that 70s show. You know, I grew up in the 70s.
Yeah.
So I started watching that show from day one, never thinking like, oh, he'd be great.
Yeah, he'd be a great Muerto. No, he's too silly to be that character.
Does he have Fez? I go, he's not playing Fez. He's playing El Muerto in the film.
So he brought it, you know. He brung it.
I mean, it didn't hurt having a major TV star. Like I said, he was barely on the third or fourth season.
Yeah. So his star was just right into the top at that
And
point.
now he's gonna be Zorro, right? Or,
Yeah, I hope they still do that. They announced that last year, a TV show. That'd be great.
For reals?
Yeah, for Disney Plus, I think.
Oh.
You guys that should be a guest for a Stanley Cake.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll interview him.
There you go. There you go.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
So this is back at the San Fernando Mission.
Did that picture himself?
Yeah.
All mad too.
What happened to that?
He's all stern. I know. I thought it was funny that it's stern like the way he looks.
That's good.
This is the first scene he filmed.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, I saw him like he shows up in the church.
Yeah.
With the black eyes like that too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's crazy. Imagine like something you drew that came to life, you know? Like,
Yeah, and then to accurately, you know,
Yeah.
we talk about comic book movie superhero costumes.
Yeah.
Like to accurately, you know, I created a simple costume,
Yeah.
not for a movie, but I just wanted an iconic, simple image.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it translates well. They didn't have to mess it up much,
No.
any at all.
Well, that's the key too, right? You have to make it as simple as possible because, you know. Like,
That's what I was saying.
Because, was it, there's a famous, I think Eisner hated superheroes.
Yeah.
Because the costumes were too complicated.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Batman luckily has a simple.
Yeah, to a point.
Yeah.
So when they get into those real crazy details and like.
Yeah, I don't understand why you draw like all the seams
Yeah.
on the suit in the comic.
Oh, because it's armor that's on top and.
Billy Drago here, man. I remember when he filmed this scene, right? He's all doing the convulsions.
Yeah.
Brian, the director's in the other room looking on the monitor. And as Billy's doing all this, I see Brian just huge smile on his face, like, this is great.
Yeah.
Like, it's a visual thing.
Yeah.
You know, that looks great. He was so happy with that performance.
They became a no lady to no man.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. They hired him to play Katrina, the old woman. And he played the Indian
Yeah.
in the beginning,
Yeah.
the native,
Yeah.
in the beginning of the film.
The hat. I mean, that was a cool hat.
Oh, this is funny. So this scene here, right?
Uh-huh.
Because she went and saw she found the cardinal decapitated.
Oh, okay.
So to get ready for that scene, she's in another room. Like the actress, she's just standing and she's getting herself psyched out.
Oh.
Like terrified.
Yeah.
So me, remember I told you I was walking around everywhere?
Yeah.
So at one point I'm walking through this building, like, oh, this is cool, checking out all the work. And I turn and then there was a small room. I turned and facing her, and she was like, I go, oh, like I don't want to mess up her concentration.
Yeah.
I spun on my feet and walked right out. She was prepping herself.
Yeah.
Here's me walking. Hey, what are you doing?
I mean, she was trying to get scared, right? You
Yeah.
should have scared her though. That would have been great.
Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah.
She actually would have hated you.
Yeah, that would have messed her up.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite visual scenes.
Right.
Because look, they're both wearing black and white.
Right.
They're both kind of representing their own religion,
Okay.
right? The Catholic and then the Aztec. And she's terrified of him, and he represents death, and he's calming her down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, wow, right there, black and white.
You can learn something from it, in other words.
Well, it's almost like, you know, accept death as a part of life.
Oh yeah.
I mean, don't look forward to it, right? You don't want to die.
No.
But it's not supposed to be something scary.
It's an inevitability.
Inevitability.
Yeah.
And it's just a cycle, too.
Yeah.
So anyway, to me, when I look at that, that's what that represents.
Yeah. What is it? Por what te convertirás.
Like, this is great. Look at it. She's hugging her, right?
Yeah.
But then look at the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's
There's.
I don't know if that was in the script. I go, that is great acting.
Building tension.
Yeah.
There you go.
She doesn't know what he's doing what she's doing behind her back.
Yeah. Good stuff.
San Fernando Mission. Yeah, so we ever go to San Fernando Mission, I'll give you guys a little tour walking around.
Nice.
We could do that thing where they put the picture and the movie together.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a cool scene. That's a little cool shot.
Yeah, a little booty.
It's like an 8-bit camera.
So this scene, this is at the Sable Ranch.
Okay.
It was late at night, and it was drizzling, and it's cold. It's February, and it's like 11 o'clock at night. And I've been there all day since 3. And then, the room is so small now, everybody's got to be outside in the rain under a tent. And I'm thinking like, okay, screw this. I'm going to go home now. Like, I don't have to be here every minute of every set, every of the movie, especially when it's cold and raining. So I'm driving home. I'm driving home down the 5, right by Magic Mountain.
Uh-huh.
I'm driving, it's raining. I'm driving, and I hear, and then I look to my left, and there's a car spinning like a top, and it hits my driver's side.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
driving. I don't have a driver. I'm driving.
Yeah.
It hits my car as a SUV, and I righted it, and then I pulled over to the, whatever that right lane, and I could see Magic Mountain, on the right.
Okay.
And I'm, what the hell? And I looked, and I saw like there was a bunch of cars crashed. So there was a bunch of cars, not upside down, but just stalled. Yeah. And on the center lane, there was a car pulled on that side, and I saw 3 people get out. And one of the guys ran across the freeway. He was terrified.
Oh yeah.
He was an Italian. They were Italian tourists. He was a young guy, probably early 20s, and he was hyperventilating.
Oh.
And I'm getting nervous now.
Yeah.
I wasn't that scared of the car accident. I mean, but he was hyperventilating. Welcome to America. I go, let's get in the car, man. First of all, let's just get in the car.
Yeah.
He's like, my friends. I go, they're okay. Look, they're over there.
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
He's
You don't want to cross the street.
Yeah.
He sat next to me. He got my hand, and he put my hand on his chest. You ever felt a jackhammer heart? It was... You think that's like something from a cartoon?
Yeah.
It was like a jackhammer. He was horrified. I was worried, like, don't have a heart attack. I go, just hang on. We got to wait for the cops showed up.
Yeah.
And then the cops, it was kind of dumb. The cops pulled over, and I'm thinking like, there's a lot of cars out there. And then I look up behind me, up the ridge.
Yeah.
And I, like it's like 6 lanes. I see all the lights coming down. Like, oh my God, there's cars.
Oh shoot.
So all the cars are speeding down the freeway.
Yeah.
And then I close my eyes, but I hear a couple of cars hit other cars that were stalled. And then there was I'm not kidding, there was a double-decker bus zooming down. I'm like, oh my God. And he literally must have scraped between 2 cars. Because he didn't hit them.
Yeah.
But he must have scraped them.
Yeah.
And then the cops realized, they had to block the freeway. I'm serious. So it's like 1 a.m. I'm like, oh my God, I almost got killed. They're still filming the damn movie over there probably. I tried to call the producer, let him know I couldn't get signal. So then I just went home.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. I almost got killed or
Yeah.
at least in an accident. But the car was drivable. I just had a big dent. I got it fixed later. The next day on set, I get there at 3.
Yeah.
Guess what happened to me, lad? Oh my God! I told her, Wilbur's like, oh wow, that was crazy.
Bad, dude.
So don't ever leave your film set.
No, that's good.
Don't ever get too cocky. I gotta be here. I'll go home to bed when you guys make my movie. Yikes.
Yeah. Especially in that area, dude. That's dark.
Yeah, and the 5 lanes.
Yeah.
And when I saw the cars coming down, I go, oh man, this is horrible news.
This guy?
You would have made a good Shazam.
Yeah. He was up for it.
Oh, was he? Did
Yeah.
I get to that?
What the hell?
Yeah.
Wow.
There was talks. I remember because he's been in a bunch of movies.
Oh, that's great. I don't know if it got to that point where...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is 2005. I was thinking, he'd be a great Captain Marvel.
Yeah, he was. I forgot who. Yeah, I remember reading about that. Yeah.
Well,
He has a face for it.
and yes, the nose and the eyebrows.
And the squinty eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
CC Beckstone.
Yeah.
So here's a revelation where you find out, well, Katrina also has the
5
powers.
o'clock shadow.
Yeah, the 5 o'clock shadow. A lot of our aunts are like that.
Yeah.
Very much true.
So this isn't a house in Eagle Rock, and they're filming upstairs. So I wasn't up there because it was too small, but
It's that same house?
Yeah. because once they rent it, Even though it's not the same house in the movie, like,
Yeah.
well, we can use the upstairs for this scene, upstairs for that scene.
I was wondering how that worked because I heard of people that rent out their houses for sale.
Yeah, and then it's like I said, it's cheaper just to rent it for 3 nights, but film different scenes in different parts of it,
Yeah.
even if it's not the same house of the character.
Right?
Yeah.
Stock house.
But Billy Drago, I remember when I was working in the producer's office, I worked like a week on what's called pre-production, just hanging out at the offices while they did all the work.
Really, the secretary table.
Yeah, taking her table.
Yeah.
And I remember in Larry's office, I hear Larry walking down the hall. Oh, let me introduce you to somebody. And he walks in with Billy Drago.
Ew.
He's like, oh, this is the creator of the comic. And I said, hey, Billy, thanks. Hey, man, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
His teeth, I think, there's like jack-o'-lantern teeth.
Oh,
I mean, honestly, I don't know if he files them like that or
Oh.
because who has like all sharp teeth?
Yeah.
I used to. Like that.
Yeah.
Oh, they look like old lady teeth.
Like there's a look for old lady teeth. I like that. Katrina.
Straight out of the comic. Yeah.
I like how they're both black and white, wearing black and white, but one's good, one's bad.
Yeah. That's a black and white comic.
Shazam!
There he goes.
That house actually, that's in Culver City.
Okay.
I remember they told me when they got the house, they go, "Oh, the lady who owns it, she's an instructor at Rio Hondo."
Oh.
It's like I went to Rio Hondo.
Yeah.
You know, the little connections.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, it's a trip.
So you probably saw that lady right there and you didn't know.
Yeah, I was trying. Yeah, I didn't get her name, but I'm wondering if I ran across her there.
Look at like subtle, like little slap.
Yeah, I like that. Again, stuff like that, I imagine is the actor doing it, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
the script isn't that detailed.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, I haven't read it in years, but.
And then he lightly taps the Muerto on the face.
And because she stabbed him with the obsidian knife,
Yeah.
that affects him. Now he's bleeding like a human.
That obsidian knife shows up at the beginning, disappears, shows up at the end. Where was it?
Yeah, because the old Indian had it.
Right? And then
And
kid
the god of
disappears.
death had it.
Yeah. And then it disappears and then it shows up out here.
It's the cosmic cube of the Alberto.
There you go.
The
Exactly.
mystical knife. So, like I said, we only filmed one day in the studio. Everything in the film is a real house.
Yeah.
It's a real. That's kind of. I mean, you know, it gives that film a certain look, I guess.
That wall.
Where the walls don't vibrate because
Yeah.
you know they're real. It's a real
Yeah.
stone wall. Or
Doesn't have that Plan 9 on outer space.
I was gonna say for everyone, yeah. In a good way though.
Yeah, no, of course.
There's Shaggy. Yeah, that was cool watching that scene being filmed. We're all sitting on one side and one was getting stabbed.
Yeah.
Little dress.
little flip there.
Well, like never. That's a tall woman.
Yeah.
Oh, viejita even. So this one didn't hunch over when she got older.
Of course. Dude, I even like that knob handle on that door.
That's like a real
Yeah,
right. That's old
yeah.
school knob handle. Again, the advantage of filming real places. Like no, that's
Mhm.
really there.
It's something generic.
You know, at one point, they'd asked me because I had asked them in the beginning, like if we could possibly film something in Whittier, that'd be great. So they were trying to. They told me they sent me uptown Whittier to try to find a house in Whittier where she could jump out of a balcony.
Oh.
And I found a house across from the post office on Washington, uptown Whittier. It was so like shows you what I know. I knocked on the door, nobody was there, so I left a note. I wrote a note like, "Oh hi, we're thinking of filming a film here. Can you call the production?" That's so dumb. I should have never called back, but
They just looked at him and were like,
yeah, right.
that's crazy. Hey, but A for effort.
No, yeah, they told me, well, look, but couldn't find something. And then there was another house I saw. That one I went in, I was talking to the person, and I gave the contact for the production company. But
Another thing is, they don't mention that it's Whittier, right, in the whole movie.
yeah, no, it's not really. Yeah, it's. I asked Brian about that. He's like, well, it's just more like just generic East LA area.
Generic barrio.
But if you want, if you want Whittier, go read my comic.
Yeah.
Whittier, loud and proud.
This is East LA and Muerto.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Oh, Shazam's dead.
Yeah.
And so was his friend again.
Okay.
2007 with the Nokia.
Yeah.
They had the little flip phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were walkie-talkies.
So she goes from Culver City to Sable Ranch.
Fast.
That's fast. If your old lady, grandma lady attacked you, you'd probably run like.
That's true too. That's true.
No, my grandma attacked me. I take it.
They go again. Yeah, yeah.
Again. All right.
Just another day.
Just gotta dodge the obsidian knives.
Yeah. Those are always the ones that appear and disappear
Yeah.
through time.
I don't know where my grandma gets those obsidian knives
It
from.
keeps showing up.
Yeah.
Keep showing up.
The infinity knife. And here's Zach like almost praying. So what am I doing praying? I think in the script, the original script goes, why am I doing that Jewish? Like he's praying to the, the Sacred Heart.
Ah.
Yay, love brought him back.
The love of a good woman.
Who later married in Encanto. The unofficial sequel.
Yeah, unofficial
That's
sequel.
funny. So yeah, I was literally on the set every day. Like if anybody asked, like just would show up right when they start,
Yeah.
and then just watch it film all day, and then we'd stop for lunch. We had great catering.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. He was a French guy.
Uh-huh.
He was a French cook. He had his, and he'd make these wonderful souffles and like it wasn't hot dogs and burgers. It was real food. I
Oh.
was like, dang, that's good food.
Oh, sweet. Like
In fact, Wilmer said, like, I'm gonna try to get this guy's number, hire him for my productions.
It's crazy. That's how you know it's a good production company. Because yeah, most places they're like, here's your hot dog, here's your.
Yeah, no, they had real meals, and then if it's yeah, see the light?
Yeah, there it is.
You touch the lightning bolt. Yeah, when you work on a set, so I think at 6 hours you get the meal,
Mhm.
and then if they work 12 hours, then they have to have a second meal.
Oh.
So one time at Sable Ranch, like right there at night,
Uh-huh.
I like how he puts on that mask,
Yeah.
and then look, and then doesn't have it on. I think that was his idea.
Really?
He's like, can I just wear that? It's a little. So one night, we're at Sable Ranch. I told you it's in the boonies, right?
Yeah.
And like legally, they oh shoot, we gotta give these guys a second meal. So a PA has to go. They come back with, I don't know, 50, 90 bags of Taco Bell.
Oh.
Can you imagine getting that order?
Oh, man.
I need 300 tacos, 200 burritos. It's the whole crew.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had Taco Bell with Wilmer Valderrama. One other night there, we had this is Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
We gotta eat. They found it in and out somehow, probably like at midnight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Again, can you imagine that order? Hey, I want to drive through. Yeah, we need 300 hamburgers, 300 fries. Like, wow.
You know, it's Hollywood, so they're probably used to it. If it's in that area.
Wow, Sable Ranch.
Well,
I mean,
no, there's nothing.
yes, I'm saying. So they had the PA had to go find an In and Out or a Taco Bell those 2 times.
Yeah.
It's like crazy, but like it's got to get done, right? Because like, hey, contractually, everyone's got to be fed, cast and crew. But normally, yeah, we just have the one meal, and then there was a what do they call it, the craft service table?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I picked up a affinity for tea with a lot of honey,
Ooh.
lemon tea with honey,
Nice.
for those cold nights in the cemetery.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And this is the big fight scene, which I think they practice at either Wilmer's house or maybe Billy's house, from what I heard.
Oh, cool.
It kind of reminds me of Arnim Zola.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
He's got the
with
little
face.
chest plate with the face in the
Yeah.
Pesca Poca. Again, that was something that production created.
But it's comic accurate.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. You see Wilmer the dress in the actual Aztec ceremonial outfits inside that studio in Burbank.
Yeah. Comic accurate. Go. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's gonna do it.
Da, da, da. Don't do it, Fez.
Oh, this is intense, man.
Yeah. Tell you.
It's nicely edited.
Yeah.
I mean, the budget on the film was, if you guys can believe this, what would you guess? Not, you won't insult me. 2005.
2005. I'm gonna go over like an easy million.
Okay, then you're.
Yeah.
It's like just. It was actually just under it.
Under it?
I didn't think you could make. You could make a movie back then with these guys in it.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, like, you know, movies that cost like $20-30 million.
Yeah, and then inflation, I'm sure, hasn't helped.
And that's like a freaking like romantic comedy.
No, right. Or just people talking at a kitchen table. Yeah. You know, when I found out, I'm like, I was thinking, this is me, right? Like, wow, the Dr. No, the first Bond movie in '62, cost $1 million to make.
Yeah.
It's $62.
Yeah, that's.
But I mean, I just like that number. Oh, $1 million movie.
Yeah. It's like at least $3 million now.
Oh, I'm sure probably more. Yeah, $62. Right. Well, ours maybe it's something $3, but.
Shit. You couldn't talk it out.
Right, Mr. Ta-da! I thought that was a cool little.
Yeah. It's like.
The way she pulls it out was such like contempt. I'm gonna kill you.
Good deal.
Pete got squeamish with that knife pull.
It's such a like classic like scary image with the white hair.
Yeah.
You know,
The eye, the black eyes, and then that sneer.
Yeah.
That sneer he makes, he pulls it out.
Yeah. Classic witch kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, just standing around, you know, that night watching this fight scene. It's like drippy stuff.
Can only be one. Highlander rules.
Yeah.
It's very heroic and everything, but like the aftermath has to be like, oh, this old lady got stabbed to death.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I like that scene where he closes her eyes like that.
Yeah. He said something nothing could have done. He had to.
No, yeah, no.
Because she was already possessed. She was already.
Like these cops are gonna come by and like, oh, this old lady got stabbed to death.
No, right.
This really tall, dude-looking old lady got stabbed.
This handsome woman.
Throw her down a smokestack.
Yeah.
That scene, where was that? That
The-
curve.
What? Wait, what?
That curve, that scene right there, that looked familiar. They had a scene right now. It showed
Of the city?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this filmed up on some hill, and then the rest is Evergreen Cemetery, and then this is
I'm gonna go back, but I think it was City Terrace.
in the chapel. Might be.
Yeah. The back of City Terrace.
I like this part. Then she moves and he's right behind her. I remember my sister, my mom, and my two nieces that came out one of these days. They drove up to the cemetery for this.
Oh, cool. I was gonna ask, like, yeah, do you, like, anyone else? I mean, I know Rafael was in there, but, like, did you give cameras to anybody else or something like that?
Yeah, there was another guy in that scene when the car crashes when Ralph shows up. He dressed up as Muerto for me at one or two comic signings.
Cool.
His name's Simon. So he's in that scene. So there's two Muertos in that scene. Wilbur and then
Neat.
Simon, who goes my spokesmodel.
It was in that same scene with the car accident?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to point him out. It was a young guy with a goatee.
Okay.
And a beanie.
Oh, okay. He was on the other side of the car.
Yeah, yeah. But he had dressed up as Alberto for me at least once or twice.
Nice.
Because I had a suit made up.
Yeah, shout out to that guy then.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Two Albertos for the price of one.
Yeah.
But
So at this point, you know, Muerto leaves or whatever, and he'll be back in the next sequel.
David always asks, when's the next thing? I like when people say, make another sequel. Like, oh yeah, okay.
Sure.
It's
Right
not
now.
just up to me. I don't have the money and the resources, but it's a nice. I get the sentiment,
Yeah.
of course.
Well, if you had the ability, if you were able to do it, would you do a sequel or would you reboot it?
No. At this point, like you make a whole new movie. Yeah,
Okay.
reboot. I guess is the word. But yeah, you get a whole new actor.
Wilmer still looks young.
Yeah, I know these actors.
Yeah. They're good forever.
I know.
Oh, you can do the reboot and like later on bring them in and like Spider-Verse it. You know?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You'll be our Toby.
That's a thing now.
Yeah, no, you're right. You could be Toby Maguire, the older guy, the
Yeah.
previous Muerto, then get the young guy.
Man, it solved all the problems already.
Yeah.
We're rebooting it and making a multiverse.
Most.
I like to see with their white outfits.
Yeah, I
Very
like his shirt. As he
Yeah, like white, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
See, they couldn't put carrot shavings in this thing because it's so close.
Yeah.
So they had to get. It's probably just all the marigolds they had. Like, okay, put them in that frame,
That's all we got left.
and on the outside is just whatever. But you do what you can in February in LA.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. What happened to that prop?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was they rented it or if they built that.
Oh.
But the guy Freddie Naff, the production artist,
Mm.
when I met him at the office, he's like, "Hey man, it's great to be on this film. I used to work for I think Comico,
Oh.
like the '80s.
Yeah.
He's a production artist. Like, oh, that's cool. So he was really excited. Like, yeah, we're getting a comic book movie. This is great. And this is back at Culver City, right? That reservoir.
Yeah.
Right back to the beginning.
I think this is a scene where there's people like you see him.
On top.
Yeah, like from his back. But there would be people walking. There's a reservoir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why they're not stopping the guy stabbing himself? Culver City. It's called Suicide Reservoir.
Yeah. They mind their own business in the Culver City.
In this comic, yeah, like see up there,
Yeah.
there'd be people just
Oh,
walking.
The
yeah.
stroller.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, right there. But maybe they couldn't see what he's doing. Maybe they couldn't tell he's a undead zombie with supernatural powers, holding a mystical infinity obsidian blade.
Yeah.
Yay!
See, that's how you lose things and end up coming back
That's
and stabbing.
see, now you know why he shows up in another film. Or something.
Yeah.
Do a comic where a villain finds it and Gordo has to fight the.
Yeah, exactly. There it is.
This is a cool scene, right? It's that typical like I am the it's a curse and a power.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, and this is also my favorite end scene because it has the lettering of our people.
That's nice, right? Freddie did that. So let me tell you a spoiler. You see that?
Yeah.
El Muerto spelled right. When I first got to the set,
R-E.
it was I forgot what. Yeah, there was a letter mixed up. I go, oh man, that's spelled wrong.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh crap. So they had to. We got to film it. So I don't know if they cleaned that glass or they used the back, but they took care of it. But yeah, I like that he wrote that. That's
Yeah.
Muerto.
I love it. It's in the lettering of our people.
So yeah, there's our film. Darian Dacos is young Diego. I got his name wrong. I said Darren.
25 years ago, huh?
15 years.
15 years ago. Huh?
Wow, that kid, he's like a young adult now.
Yeah.
Darian. And I'm an old man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a point in here where there's a list of thank yous. You see them in all the movies, right?
Mhm.
So the producer sent me an email. Hey, we're doing the thank yous. You want to add anybody on there? So when it comes up, a lot of the names are like, my parents, my siblings, my nieces and nephew.
That one guy who gave me that coffee that one time.
The one- yeah. Mark Batista, the makeup guy, he was from Whittier.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
So in fact, one time Wilmer had to go to his house in Whittier so we could try the makeup. So I'm in his garage.
Neat.
That's his studio. So I'm in the garage just looking at Wilmer's back as he's sitting in the chair, and Mark's there, and then there's a window on the wall. So it's a surreal scene, right?
Yeah.
Like the back of Wilmer's head framed by a window looking into your backyard, like surreal.
Yeah.
The hairs on your arms surreal.
It should be. Yeah, you should have pictured it, put it in a frame kind of moment.
I said that would have been a good
Yeah.
picture of the back of his head.
Yeah.
And then we went to go eat Uptown Vineyard because we had to wait for something to dry.
Yeah.
So all of us, Wilmer, me, the producer, were eating at the Mexican restaurant next to the theater.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's a Wilmer location there.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah, there was a little winter connection in the film other than me. But yeah, so this is a great, great once in a lifetime thing maybe.
Yeah.
Yes, assistant to Wilmer, Daniel, that was the guy, and Tadao, his bodyguard.
A lot of people with one name.
Yeah, Zaro, yeah, I didn't think about that. I'm gonna just go by Javier.
Javier.
With an X.
With an X.
Oh my god.
When I started working on the comic,
Yeah.
I was actually practicing my name Xavier Felix, because my middle name's Felix.
Okay.
Oh.
'Cause I thought it was a cool double X.
Yeah.
Xavier Felix, yeah, I'll go with that name. Then my dad saw it one time.
Yeah.
Look at main title illustrations by Javier Hernandez.
Is that you?
He's all, what about Hernandez? And I was like, wins, yeah.
I mean,
So I ended up going with
I mean,
Javier Hernandez because I thought about the Hernandez
Yeah,
brothers.
yeah.
That's a good name to throw around
Yeah.
as a in comics.
Well, Jaime is with an X, right?
Yeah, he ended with an X.
but Xavier Felix sounds like a magician.
That's funny. That's weird. UDC guys with their Zatanna and all
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Something of it. I like that. Well, use that for your
There you go.
Gordo. Sounds like a Xavier Felix. I was like, I like that.
Putting that one on the back burner.
Martin Espino, he did the indigenous Mexican instruments and chanting. Yeah, he's a friend of mine.
He's probably
I brought him. I told him, hey, you should work on the film because he knows like the native indigenous.
Not many Espinos. My grandma's an Espino.
Yes, it's a common name, Martin Espino.
Yeah, that's cool. Make you relate to me.
But yeah, great. I was so thankful working there all the time.
Universidad Autónoma de Zacatecas?
Yeah, they had for language and such.
Oh.
They had to get some experts.
Because it's in Spanish also.
There's an audio Spanish, but someone dubbed my voice. There's a Spanish track on the DVD.
Okay.
Yeah, right here, the producer, filmmakers. So look, I put Lalo there.
Yeah.
Lalo Alcaraz. That's
Oh, shit.
Jean-Marc Lofficier is my lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Guerra, our friend who made the mask.
Robert the dog?
Rick Rodriguez, I think that's mine. Robert, I don't know who that is. Jacqueline Hyman. Yeah, there's my siblings and all that.
Is it Bojo Wins?
Oh, Bronze Age Productions.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
2006. Yeah, Bronze Age Production. So
And with that, we're full circle, ladies and gentlemen.
that's it. El Muerto movie from 2000 released in 2000, filmed in 2005, released 2007. Right now it's celebrating 15 years. So
15 years.
thank you guys for
No, thank you.
sitting here hosting this wonderful look back.
Yeah.
Wow, that's something so long ago when you think about it.
Yeah. I've seen this movie many iterations, subtitles on, without the subtitles,
Subtitles, yeah.
Spanish,
Sober,
sober,
different world, yeah.
Yeah, totally. It's definitely, it was, I used to tell people it was like a 90s movies made in 2007.
No, I like. Wow, okay, I like
Yeah.
that. A 90s movie made in 2000. And there's Evergreen Cemetery immortalized in the menu chapter. But thanks for listening along, folks.
Yeah,
If
thank you.
you've seen the film before, I hope you're learning some stuff. If you're listening to the commentary without watching the film,
Yeah.
spoilers are present.
Yeah. A little bit.
Thanks
That's
for
what we say
joining.
that at the end.
We say it at the end. Hey, they knew that going in. They should have realized.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks everybody.
Thank
Thanks
you.
everybody. Wilbur, everybody on the film, Larry, Brian. It's a great experience.
Thank you guys all for making it, and without it, we wouldn't be here right now.
I'd still be in bed. Thank you guys. I appreciate it though.
All
Thank
right,
you.
everybody, have a good morning, good evening, and good night, and bye. There you go.
I like that. A good morning, good evening, good night.
Bye. Very Truman Show.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, thanks guys.
No, thank you.
That's-
Amir, thank you very much, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. You know what? Since I said it the first time, I didn't think it was going to happen.
So you said what? To do this?
Oh, we should do a commentary track with Javier Hernandez on his freaking movie.
No,
And-
I at first I was like, well, and I go, you know what?